Hello, everyone. Welcome to the faculty series of EOD Talks. Today, we have with us a faculty member who, in my opinion, needs no introduction. His knowledge combined with a strong meme game makes him a professor everyone can hang out with. Also, who can forget about his learnings from PG Lab, which marked all of our starting MBA journey. So, with great excitement, we welcome Amit Jain, sir. Thank you, sir, for being here and giving your valuable time to us.
It's all my pleasure. Thank you, everyone. Hello, everyone. As has been said, that I am with SPJIMR, and I have teaching what is called as organization and leadership studies. In simple, I am a faculty with the OB&HR department.
So how do you feel being on like such a new and informal talk show like EOD?
It's good. I think I always encourage to do what you want to do. So there are things which you have to do, like your studies, your case study competitions, your other competitions in your MBA. And all of these things are definitely part of it, and you have to do it, whether you like it or you not like it. You have to do it. But there are certain things you should do for your heart, and such informal talks is always a good thing. And I always encourage students to do that because that brings the creativity in you. So it's good to be part of such a thing with this and inviting me for such talks. I am always there. So thank you very much for inviting me.
Thank you, sir. Thank you.
Thanks a lot for agreeing to do this. Thanks a lot.
Yeah.
So, sir, before we move, let me just quickly tell you about what we have in store for you today. So we have bifurcated the episode into three segments. The first is the Teen Patti round, where we would want you to be very rapid fire. Like just don't think and just answer whatever is coming to your head. Secondly is the Know Your Professor, where we would want to delve a bit into your life in like how as of being in SPJIMR and teaching students been like. And the third is the next big thing, where we would want you to share one important learning for all the students in the college. So, without further ado, we would love to begin.
Sure. Go ahead, please.
Okay, sir. So right now our segment is Teen Patti. Prakat has explained it really well. So we'll be giving you cues and questions, and you'll tell us the first three things that pop into your head. Okay. Favorite items in bistro.
Three favorite. So I'm not a foodie as such, and being a North Indian, I don't like that much. But some of the things which I do like are like samosas there, the paneer sandwich, and the cold coffee.
Great.
I think the samosas also they make it at a bigger size. Like I have seen generally where I was there before, the sizes were really small. So the first thing that I saw, the really big samosas were there. I was very happy to see them. So the samosa size are good. Question is, what are the three favorite? I think you'd love this question. What are the three favorite meals which you have made, if you can recall them?
What are the three favorite memes? I think the memes which I created for like I would not say the name I can say, but the three type of memes which I created. One was for the online classes which I created for the last year for the students, and the other one I think there was one set I created for one of my friend's birthday. Okay, so that was one of the interesting memes. And third one is more personal to me. In one of the my marriage anniversary, I put a set of memes for my wife.
Oh, wow.
I hope
so
she
lovely.
enjoyed it. Okay.
Nice, but it's really nice. But I am just guessing this. Probably you got the most material from the online wala thing, no? Where you could have found a lot of students, I don't know, sleeping or something like that, maybe.
Yeah.
So it was good to find out a lot of materials, and I think the last year cult committee actually I was not very keen on this thing, but I really thank the cult committee, cultural committee last year, which pushed me that sir, no, if you want to do memes, please do the memes, and it actually worked very well, and I really liked the memes myself also.
Great.
We already know one of your favorite pastimes, but asking it anyway, what are the three favorite pastime activities that you have?
Okay, one definitely is ghazals. Apart from memes, obviously, the other one is listening to ghazals, and I like the ghazals from Ghulam Ali Sahab and also to some extent Jagjit Singh. But if you ask me, I know people will not like it that much, but I am more in favor of Ghulam Ali Sahab than Jagjit Singh Ji. So that's one. And the third one is reading books. For me, books is an important one. Or rather, I would say listening to books. So I use Audible, I use the voice viewer of Kindle and all. So I love to read books rather than listen to books rather than to read books.
3 unconventional apps that we would find on your phone right now.
3 unconventional apps you will find on my things. One is UTS, unreserved ticketing system. So you would not believe that I am a fan of traveling to local trains. That's one. And secondly, I would say that the other one would unconventional. That's a very interesting one. Another one would be all the news apps. So like the short reads and all. That would be there. And the third one is meeting apps like Microsoft Teams, because the simple reason I don't like to attend the online team meetings, but through mobile. But still, those apps are on my mobile.
Like one incident, if you can share about your local train travel that you remember, that that this is a very weird incident that happened during, because local trains are usually very crowded, and people are always hustling and bustling. So any incident you have in mind that you would like to share?
Okay, so this is something which I have no shine to do this. So I got the advantage that I get to travel in the compartment which is for physically challenged. So at one point of time, what happened was there were too many people who were not supposed to be in that compartment was there in the compartment. Okay, and it was really a bit tough time, and we can understand those people. But then there was a challenge for people who could not come in. People with who were using their clippers and all those things could not join in. So one of the person actually pulled the chain, and the police personnel, RPF people came in and they said, you should, let's go to the Thana, and all those things happened. But then there are other people who pulled me back also. The police was thinking that I'm the one who has pulled the chain. Okay. So he was saying, chalo, Thane chalo. And I was like, I'm not going. And other people just holding me back saying, no, he will not go. And then the train started and the police got away. So that was a funny incident for me.
Oh, that is genuinely an unconventional event. Oh my God.
Actually.
I think it would happen at the other station. You automatically get in, you automatically get out.
Oh, yeah. I've seen that. When you stand right near the door, okay, people will just push you out. You don't have to do anything. They'll come and they'll push you out. It's crazy there. Yeah.
Okay, let's continue then. The last question in the segment. 3 favorite spots in college.
Spots. I think one is definitely the bistro. You get to know a lot of people there. Secondly, for faculty, we have the faculty lounge where I can be a person as it is. I don't have to, so I can contact with my faculty members and all. And the third one is, I would say it's the classrooms and the interaction with the classroom. So people may not like the classroom, but I love teaching physically, because that gives me an opportunity to interact with people more before the class, after the class, and all those opportunities. So classroom is something which I always love to do.
Really, sir. Actually, for all of us, the most comfortable place that we are in fact, in our entire academic block, is in our classrooms. They say go to the reading room and the group work room and all, but we would actually be most comfortable with our classrooms.
Yeah, actually. Because like there you can even after the classes you can sit and you'll find a peaceful time there and just have some time to yourself. But yeah. For us to move to the next segment. And the segment which we are moving on to is the Know Your Professor. As I explained to you before, here we will try to know you more and with some questions that we have prepared for you. So starting with the questions, can you share with us your funniest moment of the PG lab?
My funniest moment of
PG lab.
PG lab. I think the funniest moment we had was that we were sitting. You invited us at 9:30. We were there at 9:30, and you were like, "Kare to kare kya? What should we do?"
Okay, for the gala event, are you talking about?
Yes, the gala event.
Yes.
So there was
Professor Abbas and I was sitting. Professor Abbas and I was sitting, and we were thinking, "Bache kar kya rahe hain?"
So there was a miscommunication actually. We wanted to start the event at 9:30, but then we realized that if we want to start an event at 9:30, all the students should gather by 9 o'clock. So we asked everyone to join at 9:30 and they came by 10 o'clock. So that was like a miss on our part actually.
Yeah. So second question, sir. How did you get into the acquire these skills of meme making? Like how did you get interested in meme making?
Okay, that was something which was forced on me. So so we have like there was a group of 5-6 friends of us at IIM Calcutta doing my PhD. So we created a group, and one of the friends suggested that let's have an unconventional birthday and let's create some memes for this guy from his stories and all. So I said, okay, that's a good idea, but I never knew that I can create memes. So, but in that, then we started in the WhatsApp group, we started sharing memes and all. And somehow my memes everybody liked. They said, yeah, tumhe bahut acha aata, you know all of these things. So why don't you create more memes? And that's how my meme creation thing came into picture.
Okay, sounds great.
Amazing. So, like, yeah, let's go to the next question. So, for the next question, sir, we would want to reverse the table for a bit. And I want to ask the mountain question to you. So, for the people who don't know, what are the 3 essential things that you will carry if you are trapped in a mountain?
3 drastic things. Okay, one I would say, and this was the Himalayan game. If those who don't know, there was this Himalayan game which people had this thing. So I think one of the things is which I will carry is one is the reflection mirror. I think that's an important one. Warm clothes is definitely, and some raincoat to collect some water.
Oh,
Yes, good.
but that reflection mirror is a really interesting one because people can think it's not directly an utility that will help you survive, but it can give you a perspective of like, you know, how are you changing in that time if you are trapped for a little bit. So that's really insightful, sir.
Yes, sir. So now the fourth question is going to sound a little philosophical, but is there a quote or saying that you live your life by?
Okay, I would say the quote. There's not one quote, but yesterday I shared one quote like "हम दरिया हैं, हमें अपना हुनर मालूम है, जिधर निकलेंगे रास्ता बन जाएगा." So just try out what you want to do. And Bashir Saab's very important quote, and I always feel that if you want to be something, just go to it. You will make the way out of it.
Yeah.
Yes, sir.
Thanks
Absolutely.
a lot for that, sir. And I'm sure like a lot of people who are listening to us right now would take a lot of learning from it. And maybe, yeah, sometimes you get stuck in some place, right? But if you believe that trying out new things is the way out, then I mean, that's something that is really amazing.
No,
Thank you, sir.
absolutely. Which professor's class would you like to sit in on?
Which professor's class would I sit in on? That's I would say I would like to attend Professor Renuka Kamat's class.
Okay.
Oh, yeah, I mean, she's really good at her oratory skills are really good. I mean, when we have also heard her speak in the auditorium, the way she speaks is like really powerful. So I also +1 on sir, like would love to attend ma'am's class. So yeah. So the next question is, so suppose some professors are attending your classes. Which professor would you like to cold call and why?
Which
Like,
professor?
cold call to answer. Yeah, cold call to answer some question, maybe.
I would say Professor Shalini for one simple reason that we both are from the same institute, same PhD institute. So I have that comfort level that she will not mind even if me cold calling. So I will play safe there.
Oh,
okay, sir.
nice,
Yeah,
nice.
that's nice.
That's good.
That's nice. Okay, sir. So now this is based on your students and their behavioral traits. So your morning students and your after lunch students, how are they? How different are they? And how differently do they behave?
So morning students will be a bit late in class. Okay. Afternoon students will be on time in class, but not in class. So they will have their post-lunch effect always coming into picture. Morning students will be more enthusiastic about like something on the exercise so that they remain awake. While afternoon students will be like, we don't want to do exercise. Thodi der to sone do.
Exactly. So out of the two evils, which one do you prefer? The morning session or the afternoon session?
I would prefer afternoon session for one simple reason. For morning session, I have to also wake up early in the morning.
Yeah. I think we can all relate with that point. Waking up
Yeah,
early is
I
difficult.
agree.
Yeah.
Okay, so sir, now we'll move on to our last segment. It's called the next big thing.
Mhm.
So here we'll be
Mhm.
focusing on something that's relevant for us first years. So since we recently had our
Mhm.
PG lab, we enjoyed it thoroughly. What do you think should be
Mhm.
our major takeaway from this incident or from this experience, which you think will help us for our MBA journey?
Okay, I will tell you very seriously because I also did my graduation only. I did my MBA, and at that point of time, I really didn't knew about it, and that's what I was saying that OB and HR are subjects which PGDS students may not be that comfortable with because that's early in your career and life. So even if
Yeah.
you don't find any value at this point of time, just keep the learning with you. I think after 5 years,
Yeah.
when you rise in the hierarchy, you will see the values of the things which you have learned today. So those which you have got some value today, good. But those where you feel that was this relevant or not relevant, I think just keep the learning with you, write it down somewhere and all, and you will find those value in there. It's nothing to do with anything whether they're good or bad. There's no black
Yeah.
and white. It's all gray. So you have certain things which
Yeah.
gives you an opportunity to look at your strength and weaknesses. I think that's the only thing I can say. That PG Lab is all about you, nothing else.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And genuinely,
Like,
after the PG lab, a lot of students started using, the charts that we had done and the information that we had got about ourselves. They started explaining a lot of their actions using it. So they would say, "Listen, I'm ISTJ. So this is how I'm going to behave. Now you understand me," and things like that.
yeah.
Okay,
So,
so
like,
thank
I
you.
think subconsciously also, I think sometimes it has happened with me where, where I have been in a difficult situation, but that self-reflection thing in the PG lab, like, somehow it just comes to me. It will not come as a very clear and structured thought, but somewhere in my mind I will feel like, okay, probably I had the same kind of a thought when I was doing those morning classes. Half of the morning classes, even I was feeling sleepy, but I still managed to get whatever I managed to get it. Like I somewhere feel that that will come into play as we go on through our MBA journey. So that was like really, I mean, PG Lab. I think, in my personal opinion, sir, conduct PG Lab twice, sir, if it's possible. Like do it once more for the students.
Oh, that's something which you have to talk to the office.
Yeah, that's I can understand. Yeah.
Okay, so thank you so much for sharing so much. And it was a very candid conversation with us. Thank you so much, sir.
It was